Let's do it.
And you will know my name is D-Stroy.
That's the fuck I'm talking about, man.
And I'm hitting them hard.
Sirius XM Shade45. Listen, right here on Shade45, we give a lot of people opportunities. And with that being said, a demo was sent over to us, and I refused it. I didn't like the packaging. I didn't like anything about it. But it said Big Pooh on it. I was like, you know what? Let's give this young kid a chance. Rapper Big Pooh, how you doing, young man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm amazing, man. I'm happy for you to be here and also be shining on today's date. Now, listen, we're going to have to get through a lot of greatness. Of course, the lineage is amazing. But, you know, being a VA kid and then you heading a little south, you know, being great. Now, were you a little bit gassed when they put you in a hotel rather than a regular dorm when you was in college?
Absolutely. I was in the Marriott, man.
Yeah.
Eating them Reubens and fries and, you know, gaining that freshman 15 in the first month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah. It was a shock to the system, man. It was a different experience. It was like all that happened within like a week, where I was planning to go to ODU and then shit changed, and then next thing you know, I'm on my way to Central, down to Durham. I never been to Durham, never heard of Central.
Yeah.
None of that. And I go down there, I don't know anybody. And then they say, oh yeah, you're gonna be staying at the Marriott because the dorms ain't ready. And it was like, what?
Oh, you balling already.
So I was, and then I ended up spending all my money.
So now, was that already worked out, like paid for because of grants and stuff? Like, how did that work?
Yeah. So a deacon at my church, him and his brother went to Central, and he had a scholarship down at Central. Now, what I didn't know at the time was the scholarship was for biology. Me and science don't go together. But he gave me the scholarship for 2 years anyway,
Nice.
just so I can go down to Central. So,
How dope is that, man?
I'm forever indebted, man. Like,
Man, listen, human beings out there, man, go out there and be great and be mentors and talk to one another, man. But you know, of course, this is where you meet the homies. But did you ever figure out how you met Ninth Wonder?
No. I don't. I honestly don't know. Like, I know we had people that we had similar people we associated with, but I can't mark the moment that we actually met like I can with Tay. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's wild.
Nah.
Now, some moments you might not remember, and some moments you may remember. Was it Brothers 3?
Bro, hell yeah, I remember Brothers 3.
Yeah.
That was a strip club. It was a hole in the wall strip club.
Wildest shit you seen in there?
Shit. I seen a girl put a whole grapefruit in her pussy.
A grapefruit.
Swallow it, then birth it again. I seen a chick in there. It was my birthday, actually. A chick was in there. I guess she had just had a kid or whatever, so she was still lactating, and she was squirting her titty milk out, and people were running to the stage to taste it for some odd reason.
Let's go.
And I seen...
It's organic.
Yeah, and I seen a chick in there smoking, or had her pussy smoking
From her snap. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Welcome to the future, man.
Hey, listen, man. It was little house. It was like they gutted out a house and made it into a strip club. They had the fold out metal chairs. You could bring your own liquor in there as long as it wasn't in glass.
Across the street from a church?
Across the street from a church. Like, that's why it's no longer there.
Yeah, man. Salute to, you think Kanye's still there?
He probably would have been.
Wow. Great times right here with none other than Big Pooh. Now, you've seen a lot of great things, man. You've seen a lot of wonderfulness, and you've evolved throughout time. Those moments that I realize in the stories for you and your crew is you was the one who was out and about.
Absolutely.
You was, you know, and me and my crew, the Arsonists, I was the one who was always out and about. You know, I wanted to kick it with people. I liked energy. I liked, you know.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
I mean, for me, I was young. I hadn't been further than North Carolina South or further than Maryland North at the time. So I'm experiencing new things, meeting new people. Then when you doing this for a living, you know, they're giving you stuff. So I'm not paying for drinks. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And so I'm out. I'm you know, just being young. You know what I mean? And then even as this was before people even knew who we were. But as we started to gain notoriety, I think the thing that really had me out, it changed a little bit. Like I wasn't just going out necessarily just to party, but having a conversation with Bun B very early on in my career. And, you know, the conversation was about something different, but because he took that time to have that conversation with me, I started following him more closely, not just listening to his music, but just following how he moved more closely. And I always said, I want to be like Bun B in my own way, but I want to be like Bun B.
I dig it. We, you know, coming up, we don't have a lot of people to look up at like that. And unfortunately, I couldn't tell you I had mentors, you know, but that was my upbringing. Some of us have it differently. And someone to be like, yo, let me have a conversation with you.
Absolutely.
You know, it's very nice to know that you've had those opportunities, especially with artists you respect.
Definitely, man. It was I think it was career changing for me.
That's nice.
And he probably don't even know this, right? So he probably gonna hear about it now. But it was career changing because I saw how he looked at those coming up after him and how he wanted to show love and it was genuine, and how he wanted to be like a mentor or a big bro, whatever, to those coming after him. And I said, I want to do that too.
What a great dude, right? That Bun B,
Oh,
man.
come on, man.
Come on, Bun B.
And congratulations, Bun. Trill Burgers, baby.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You look, your man out here shining on a whole other level. I love it.
So he inspired me again, right?
Okay.
So I cook, right? All my peoples know I cook.
I love
right?
it.
And I'm not no chef or nothing, but I get busy.
Yeah, you get down.
And I saw when they did Rock the Bells out in Queens, he got to curate the food court.
It's a genius.
And so when I'm looking, of course, he got Trill Burgers. Then he had Mia X. He had Goon with the Spoon, E40. He had
P.
Sweet Chick Knots. He had Styles P. And I saw that and I was like, yo, he inspired me to want to take what I'm doing to another level. So in probably another year or so, I'm going to culinary school.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sirius XM Shade45. Big Pooh out here being amazing. Salute to Bun B, because when I was there, I literally sat there, nobody talking to me, and I just took that moment in. Like looking at all the hip hop brands.
Special, man.
I was like, man, this is good. I love that.
Special.
Wow.
I love it, man. I on just being able to see that, man, and seeing where it started with making music and then is going into something,
right?
Man, that's special, man.
I know. You know what? Talking about that, what other things were you about, and what you do outside of hip hop to keep yourself, positive, smiling?
Sports guy, man. I'm a sports.
Yeah,
fanatic.
you definitely a
I'm
sports guy,
fanatic,
of course.
man.
B, you know, because you are.
Yeah,
you definitely are.
Yeah, I love sports, man. I don't get the. I'm not the same type of sports craze guy as I was earlier, you know, in my youth. But Sundays, I shut everything down if I don't have work. Saturdays, I shut everything down if I don't have work. I tape all the NBA games.
Oh, you about that life?
Yeah, I watch baseball. I go to baseball games. I don't watch hockey, but I go to a hockey game. I do it all, man.
Man, I love it, man. If you can't tell me, who was somebody you met that you was actually a fan of, that you was actually like, wow?
Jerome Bettis.
There you go.
Jerome Bettis, man. I went to I performed at a Derek Jeter charity event down in Tampa one year, and he had, you know, all the sports celebrities came in. Cool dude. And it was actually, sidebar, Derek Jeter actually gave us our set list.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, these are the songs I want to hear.
Nice.
We was like, all right, cool.
Shit, let's go.
Shout out to Charlie Jeter for that. But so the party, after we performed, it was the party. Primo was DJing, and Michael Jordan in there, all type of people in there.
Yeah.
But when I saw Jerome Bettis,
wow, dude.
yo, I geeked out. I geeked out, man. I geeked out.
Man, he had a nice little microphone fro, too.
Hey, look, man, Notre Dame, you know what I mean? Pittsburgh Steelers, all that. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan.
No,
but,
you don't, I mean, but to see the bus, though.
To see the bus,
I got
man.
to kick to him this in L.A. this time, and you pretty much hanging with a trophy right there.
Hanging
like,
with a trophy, bro. Like, yeah, that was a geek out moment.
Yeah, that was definitely a geek out, man. So, you know, what was that first team you had a jersey for? Were you ready for that?
Nah. Who I got jersey? I don't even remember the first team I had a jersey for.
Because what kicked in this whole sports thing for you?
I don't know.
You didn't know this, or how you met Ninth Wonder? What the fuck's going on?
I just always loved sports since I was
young.
young.
Forgot the same way Kanye West forgot that he hung out with y'all.
Probably, yeah. That happened? Nah,
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the first time I can really recall being in love was watching 1987 Super Bowl, Washington versus Denver.
Wow.
And seeing Doug Williams, black quarterback, and from that moment, like,
like,
I
oh, shit.
think I liked it before then, but from that moment, I definitely remember that moment.
Hooked.
Yeah.
So is hip hop around 11 years old when you fall in love with it, or how old were you?
I was probably about 9, so this was 89.
What verse you know? We got a segment here called Lyrics to Go. What verse you are a fan of so much you know it?
Shit.
You know a lot of it.
I mean, this wasn't in the 80s, but I remember a lot of AZ's Life's a Bitch verse. That was like my favorite record off that Nas album. It was so much my favorite record. I had the lyrics when I got to school. I had the lyrics taped on my closet. So when I turned 20, I was in school. I woke up that morning. I put that song on, and I probably played that song all day and recited the lyrics to that
Wow.
song.
So you know it. You got it?
I know a lot of it.
Let's go. Let's go to Lyrics to Go. You got the Lyrics to Go. Let's go to Lyrics. Come on, man. Right here with Big Pooh.
Putting our guests to the test.
Oh, this
We've
about
got
to be
the
funny.
beat.
It's about to be real right
Do
here.
you have the flow? Shade45 presents Lyrics to Go with your host, D-Stroy.
Here we go. Big Pooh. Salute to AZ.
Absolutely.
What you got, man?
All right. Go. I woke up early on my born day. No, that's Nas' verse. That's Nas' verse.
Yep.
Visualizing the realism of life and actuality. Fuck who's the baddest. A person's status depends on salary. My mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live a dream for all my peeps who never made it this year. We were beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us because all of us turned to sinners.
Come
Got
on.
some resting in peace and others sitting this and quitting. Others such as myself is trying to carry on tradition. I don't know the gotta with it provided. Even though we know somehow we all gotta go, as long as we leaving thieving, we'll be leaving with some kind of dough. So until that day we expire and turn to vapors, me and my capers will be somewhere stacking plenty papers, keeping it real, packing steel, getting high. Life's a bitch and then you die.
Oh
I
my
remember most
gosh,
of it.
let's go. Big Pooh, salute to AZ. Man, the way he like
Man, I love AZ, man. We actually got to do a track with AZ. We didn't get to record it with him, but we had a song with AZ, Little Brother, featuring AZ featuring Little Brother.
Wow.
And that was real dope for me. That was one of them bucket list moments.
yeah,
in
that's
hip-hop
good.
for
I
me.
mean, you know what? If anything, this career should be that. Because
Absolutely.
Why else get into this?
Why else get into
You
it,
know,
man?
because moments like that is everything, and I think it's a great thing, and I think everybody should also know one moment that happened during this whole wild pandemic thing was the trailer to a doc you guys are working on, huh?
Made a little watch the documentary.
Oh man, that right there. I was like, oh wait, can I see it? You know how we are. We think everything's gonna come real quick, man. So tell us about that.
Yeah, this process we started back in 2018. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
We put out 2 mini docs right before we released Made a Little Watch, but we've been working on this thing, and we just wanted to tell our story. We wanted to tell the full story, the whole story, and we wanted to be the ones to tell it. We didn't want it, no disrespect, but we didn't want to be an unsung or nothing like that. We wanted this to be the definitive story,
The
of,
narrative,
of,
the
of,
narrative.
of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the pandemic actually helped us out a lot. It allowed us to reset and kind of reset the direction of where we were going with the documentary, and I think it's coming out dope, man. We finishing up our last week of interviews this week, and then we're gonna go into making that first cut, man.
Look at your man. He's out here being great and putting out music, man.
Music.
You put the battery in your soul to be like, you know what? Hey, the Little Brother movement happened. Then I got to do my own thing. And that takes a lot, man. That takes a lot to push you.
Yeah, I didn't even really want to be a solo artist. I was content in the group, but at the time in 2003-4, after we did the listening, Fonte had started working on what will become the Foreign Exchange.
Yeah.
And Ninth, of course, was producing, for Jay and Destiny's Child and whoever else, and my manager at the time, Doe, he just get like, yo, man, you got to show him you working. Now, I was always working, right? I'm trying to get better.
This is the dough who was spazzing on Ye?
Yeah.
Who's burning him?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So I was always working. I was always, trying to improve, at my craft. And And he was just like, yo, you got to do an album. So finally, me and Crisis went and locked in. And,
Nice.
And I found a rhythm. You know, I didn't, that was part of my problem. I never had a rhythm, but I finally found a rhythm and found where I wanted to go and what I wanted to say. And that birthed my solo career. And like I said, it was one of them things where I wasn't really trying to be a solo artist.
Yeah.
But
it cooked.
It just, I was like, yo, I'm trying to show I'm working.
For sure.
And that was me showing I was
Your
working.
man, Big Pooh, a killer on MySpace. His top 8 was Kendrick and everybody TDE early before they were.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave Free. He had hit the little brother MySpace. And I was the one who checked the MySpace for little brother. And I happened to come across this inbox, and he was like, yo, I'm Dave Free, TDE, LA, got artist J-Rock. We want to do some music with y'all. And I was like, let me go see who this J-Rock is. And I forgot the name of the first song I heard, but I was like, I'm not mad at it. Like, I fuck with it. So I hit him back. We end up getting on the phone. I get on the phone with J-Rock, and I fly out to LA. And I go to Carson, and I pull up at what is now the Red Room. Like, and I pull up, and it's just me and Doe. And I go in, and I meet Kendrick. I meet Willie B for the first time, meet J-Rock, of course, and that's how the relationship formed. And I ended up, I learned about Ab-Soul. I didn't meet him, but I loved Ab-Soul, and so I had a record I was working on. I said, yo, Dave, I want Ab-Soul on this record. And he sent the record back, and it had Ab-Soul, J-Rock, and Kendrick on it. And you know, we've been rocking since.
Let's go, man. Big Pooh. Now we got a joint, right? We're about to get going right here on Shade45. Tell us about this joint.
We doing what else first? What else? Okay. What else? What else is a record produced by Praise? Shout out to Praise.
Salute.
It got my man Montage One. Gold Chain in the building. He did the ad-libs on this record. But what else is just a record where it was like voicing my frustration with the situation I was in at the time. And it was like, what else can I do? What else is gonna get thrown my way?
Right.
And that's kind of what it was. It was just, I just went back to that moment when I was just driving Uber and just doing whatever, trying to make ends meet. And you know, the frustrating experience it was for me, not understanding the lessons I probably was getting at the time.
Right.
I was just frustrated with where I was in life.
Wow.
And that's what that record represented.
Sirius XM Shade45, right here with your man. Listen, talk about legacy. We have none other than Thomas Lewis Jones III. Wow, throw his mic on.
Oh, yeah, there
man.
we go.
The
third.
Did you continue that or?
Nah, I don't have any kids, man. But it's, you know, the thing about it, like, a lot of people don't know. So my grandfather, Thomas Lewis Jones Sr., he's passed. But he, in Alexandria, he got a street named after him.
Wow.
And the actual street he had lived on. And then President Bush, the first Bush, actually had came to his house in the projects. Because he was helping clean up the neighborhood and he was fighting for housing.
Wow.
And then my uncle, Thomas Lewis Jones Jr., he actually is the real P.D. Jones from Remember the Titans. Yeah, the real, you know,
yeah.
Donna Faison played him in the movie. But
wow.
And people was like, what? His name was P.D. though. So my grandfather's nickname was Pete. Name does not have Peter in it, but his nickname was Pete. And so my uncle, his nickname was Petey, to be like his dad.
Correct.
Do not call me Peter.
That's how it is though. The hood do that.
But yeah, so that's my legacy. Like, you
wow.
know, the name is strong.
Look at this, real life. That's amazing, man. That's really dope, man.
Hey, man, you know, I come from a family of them ones.
Yeah, and you know what? This lineage and a lot of strength you could pull from as far as, you know, feeling like king, mentally putting yourself in a strong place, and also not being a quote-unquote old head to the young heads, you know, where we're able to, like, embrace culture and be like, what's dope is dope and what's whack is whack.
Absolutely, man.
And how important is that?
That's very important, man. You know, I look at it like, you know, these cats coming up now, their introduction to hip hop, you know, is not my introduction to hip hop. So I can't necessarily judge them by my standards. You know what I mean? Like, who they consider real hip hop may not be the same. You know, it's kids that I work with that wasn't alive when Biggie and Pac and them was alive. You know what I mean? So I I can't hold them to them same standards.
But there was a homie who used to drive you who always loved Nelly, huh?
Yes. Man, that's the first time I heard Nelly. I was home for a summer. Yo, how do you get all this shit? I was home for a summer, and I was working at was it UPS or something. I was working, and every morning he would pick me up, and when he dropped me off, he was playing fucking Nelly, and I hated every minute of it. Came to respect Nelly later, but at that moment, I hated every minute of it. He was running the shit out that Nelly.
There you go, man. See, I mean, you know, music's amazing. All types of everybody can eat. All types of people are winning.
Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, man. It's enough money out here for everybody.
There you go. Look at that. Your man Big Pooh. Now listen, we're about to do something special in a little bit, but as of right now, I just want to make sure we do a call to action to everything that you got cooking right now that the fans could rock with right here, right now. So point people in the direction, of course. We gave them the early years.
Oh yeah, the early years. Well, first and foremost, right now, I need y'all to go to whatever DSP you listen to music on, and run that Big Pooh, rapper Big Pooh to Dream in Color. That's out right now. It's 10 tracks, 30 minutes. It's not gonna hold you long.
Look at that.
You're gonna want to play it again. I make music for grown people that got shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. It's your man Big Pooh out here making dope music. Now, is there pressure? You said if you wasn't Big Pooh, you wouldn't really mess with social media.
Nah, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be on there. I'd probably just go on and check sports stuff and then be out. I mean, that's a lot what I do now. But social media, man, it's the internet period. It's made the world smaller, but it's like a gift and a curse thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's no filters. It's so much misinformation out there. It's whatever you looking for, whatever you believe, you can go on the internet and find it right now. And you know, and I think it's harming people's psychology, like their mind. You know what I mean? Like it's damaging their mind because we get caught up in seeing what we believe is in products. When I'm like, I don't like math, right? Other than counting my money, but I'm a math person. Show your work. You know what I mean? And that's what this album represented for me, was showing my work.
Look at
like,
that.
We know what the equation is, what the problem is. We can find out what the answer is, but a lot of times we don't see that work in between, and that's what social media is. It just gives you the end product, or what you believe is the end product. So we got a generation of people believing all these people got money, all these people going on these glamorous trips, all these people got big homes, all these people got perfect
perception,
bodies,
man,
skin. Like, we believe in that shit. Well, I ain't believing it, but a lot of people believe in that shit, and that's how that's what they're comparing their life to. And it's like, you can't compare your life to that.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing an interview yesterday, and I was talking about how a lot of artists compare themselves to these big artists, not understanding these big artists are exceptions. They're not the rule.
Yeah. I mean,
they're not the fucking rule.
I think what's really tricky or amazing for our cloth is being able to, like, be artists and be, be so close to foundation that we humble ourselves.
Yeah, you got to. You gotta understand, all this shit is fleeting, right? You know, you can be a big star today, and then by next week nobody gives a shit about you.
Right. And
you have to keep your feet on the ground.
And as you say, enjoy the process.
You have to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
When we did the last Little Brother album, Made a Little Watch, in 2019, the best part about that whole process for me was me and Tay building our bond better than it's ever been. It wasn't the end product, which was a fabulous album. It wasn't us making an album. It wasn't me going out making a lot of money. It was that process of us relearning who we are as men.
Tricky? It's tricky?
Tricky? What, that?
Yeah.
No.
I'm talking about, so, I got homies and I keep everybody clicked up, but not everybody's on the same page, or, it's just one other guy, so yeah, I think
it's not, but I think for me, how I operate, and I think I can speak for Tay in this sense, our whole thing was understanding who each other, who we are. And
Evolve too?
Yeah. And when you do that, so I don't have to like decisions you make, but I understand and respect them because I know who you are as a person. And that's the thing for me. It's never, I don't want you agreeing with me, or I'm not going to always agree with you, but I just want to understand why you make the decisions you make. Because if I know that, I know certain things not even to come to you about.
Right.
Because I already know what the answer going to be.
That's really good.
And I think when we're young, we don't take the time to understand that. So then that's how all this friction happened. And you're like, what the fuck you mean you ain't going to do blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
we promised somebody, you said we were going to do it, and then
right.
you bailed out.
And then you
oh,
bailed.
man. Oh, my gosh.
And then it's a problem.
There you go, man. Here with the greatness. Big Pooh, you enjoy everything so far? You good?
Man, absolutely, man. It's been fantastic.
Good, man. Making sure everything is great right here, live at 45 on deck, because he is a gentleman who cares about the craft. So you're about to do something live, and I got word that you're gonna rap over your lyrics.
I will not rap over my lyrics. That is not allowed. That is illegal.
That's a flag. That
is not being professional. And that will probably fuck me up too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because I don't. My cadence is different. I don't always have the same words. Like, it's stuff I rap at shows, and then I'll go back and listen and be like, damn, I ain't even say that like that.
Yeah.
But it works better.
Right. Because you learn, you get it.
Yeah. So no, I don't rap over lyrics,
wow.
man. That's not allowed.
All right, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna put him to the test right here, live at 45. I am D-Stroy. His name is Big Pooh. Make sure you guys take advantage of all the greatness, and it's called To Dream in Color.